Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. The video today, it's on a 2007 Vauxhall or Opel Astra. I believe this is the 2-liter petrol or 1.8 petrol, I'm not 100% sure. Even because the owner of the car reckons the engine has been swapped with a different engine, even the guy's not sure. So, oh dear. But let me show you under the engine bay, and I will show you a couple of things in there, and then we'll carry on. So yes, to start with, this battery is completely gone. Look at that. I put it on charge. I haven't cleaned the contacts yet because I've asked the guy for a new battery, or for a good battery at least. See if the guy brings me that. The things I can see straight away is that the car had a new O2 sensor. I can see that from the plug. But then look at this end. When the car came, obviously it was running. It does run. I'll start the car in a second so you can see it. It was leaking oil really badly around here. I couldn't really see at the time where it was leaking. But we're going to inspect that and we're going to have a look. It came like this completely. It's not in very good shape. The guy is saying to me about a unplugged this plug, which I don't know where it goes. He reckons it would go, it would make sense honestly, it would go there, right there, and that I believe is the position sensor for the flaps, but there's nothing there. There's no sensor here. The plug doesn't fit. Even if was a sensor there, the plug doesn't fit in there. But I think these are quite thick wires to be for a sensor, so not really sure where this is supposed to go at the moment. We'll have to investigate this a little bit. But the car also came with the engine light on, so we'll have a look and see why the engine light is on, and we'll go from there. I think that's the best thing to do. But yeah, as you've seen, the engine is in a bit of a mess. If it was not for the fact that this car belongs to a friend of mine at work, honestly, I don't know if I would have taken this job. But that said, I said this many times in the past and I still carry on getting jobs like this. Right, so let's go. Another thing, that it came without fuel, as most of the cars I get. I told the guy, I gave him my jerry can and I told him to go and get some fuel, so that there's 5 liters of petrol in there, which we will put on the tank in a minute. But for now, we'll just plug in the Maxi-Sys, we'll scan the car and we'll see what we have. Okay, and it looks like we are getting somewhere. So that's the engine fitted on this car, or at least the ECU. I hope the engine belongs to the ECU. So 8 volts. Let's see what we have. Okay, a few codes not present, which is good, even though the engine is not running at the moment. So they're all saying not present, which means one of these faults is actually bad. Now, camshaft position over advanced system performance bank 1. B, camshaft position. So maybe the leak, where the leak was coming from perhaps. Exhaust phasing, mechanics range, cylinder 4, thermostat valve, O2, sensor lean. Okay, loads of codes. Let's ignore this. Let's clear this. And let's gonna start the engine, and I will show you how the engine actually sounds. Okay, let's gonna start this. Let me show you. It doesn't sound very good. You can see the revs kind of going up and down. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. I don't want to have it to run for too long, in case if I need to work on the engine. I don't want the engine to be boiling. So it's going to read the code, see if anything came back. Okay, so there we go. Straight away we have an exhaust camshaft, which by the way is the camshaft, is the sensor that is leaking. Actually, let me start the engine again and see if we do have that leak. At least I could show you that. It's not leaking right now. It was definitely bad leaking somewhere here. Let me... Yeah, it makes no difference at all. Pull the valve out. Can you see something wrong with this valve? Yeah, I think you can. So this is problem number one. Still, I'm gonna power these valves, see if it works. But yeah, it's not very good, isn't it? It's, when I pull it out, it actually moves this top end. See? So, doomed. Plus, I think there is a seal that's supposed to go here. It's missing. So obviously, because it's not sealed here at the back, the oil from inside most likely comes through here and it leaks. And obviously, if it's not just in the cam, well, this will affect everything, will it? So let's kind of see if it works actually. Okay, surprisingly, it's actually working. But obviously, if it is leaking, then it's still no good anyway. Let me see if I do this without shorting anything. The pin is there. Well, I'm going to short this. If I show you the other way around. Just want to show you on the camera that it's working. It was stuck a little bit at the start when I first tried. It was like it was not really moving, but then it started to move. But if it is leaking to right here at the back, which I can see the oil already starts coming out of the back there, so it's still not good. I don't know if I have a spare one. I'm going to look through my bits. If I do have, fine. If I don't have a spare, then well, we'll have to order one, and this is going to be the first attempt to fix this problem. See what happens after this is replaced. And I guess I will see you in a couple days. Okay, and just before we get a new, well, I already bought a new valve, but I thought I will do a little bit more of checks. And as I was to check the spark plugs. As I remove the coil pack, look at that, the boot is missing. It's not in there, it's just a spring like that. The boot, this is bad. So no wonder, that makes sense for that cylinder 4 misfiring. So obviously the spark is going to be lost somewhere in there because that's missing. So it's going to spark into the block most likely. So that's no good. So we might going to need a new coil pack as well. Right, another problem. Unless that's not cylinder 4 and that's cylinder 4, which I don't think it is. I think cylinder 4 is the one on the gearbox side. But as I was removing this spark plug, doesn't sound good, does it? Doesn't really sound good. What's going to be next? Let me pull number 2. Number 2 looks alright actually. Number 3 looks okay. Number 4 looks okay. Well, they're not brand new, but that one definitely snapped. Let me see if I pull the rest out somehow. Don't know how I'm going to pull it out. Hold on a second. Okay, it didn't look not too bad either, but obviously snapped straight away. I don't think it was me that broke it. I just undone it normally. So, well, I think it's gonna need 4 new spark plugs as well. Okay, and a few days later, I got all the parts that we need for now. Even the spark plugs, I had to get them online. I don't know when this video is going to be released, but just to put things in content, today is 10th of April 2020. UK is in lockdown, most of the business are closed. You can't really buy nothing local. Spark plugs, I just used to go on my local car parts shop and just buy them. Even that I had to buy online. Anyway, got all the bits, everything original stuff. So a new valve from GM. I'm not sure if the original coil pack would be from Delphi. I believe this one is actually from Lucas, but I bought a Delphi one. Oops, stay here. I bought a Delphi one, so it's not a third-party one. So I got all the bits. We're going to clean that area in there to obviously be able to put everything cleaned, etc. In the meantime, the guy got me another battery. It's not a brand new battery, but it's apparently a known good battery. At least the car unlocked this morning. This is like 3 days later or 4 days later after I last worked on it. So we're going to put all these back on. I'm not going to take you through, it's quite straightforward. Fit all this, then start the car and see where we go. Okay, all done. New spark plugs, new coil, new valve installed. Give it a good clean around here, as you can see, to that oil. And now it's time to give it a start, scan it, see if any codes comes back, and go from there. Okay, and even before we start it up, before we scan it, let's gonna start it and see how the cold start is. If you remember, I've showed you when I first started, the car was cold, and you've seen how the car was behaving really badly. So yeah, let's gonna start it and see exactly how it runs. So hopefully this battery will also prove being good or not. It's actually good. Okay. Oh, straight away I can see a massive difference. Look how the car is running. Straight away I can see a big difference. The car is behaving completely different. That shaking, etc., that sort of missing is no longer here. Hold on. Oop. Okay, let's do his thing. One of the things, okay, still a little bit going up and down. Let's see if we have no engine light yet. I guess one of the things that could be influencing as well, maybe I'm wrong, is the fact that the solenoid for the camshaft was empty of oil. I don't know if that would make a difference really, but okay, the car is running way better now. I can definitely see that. It did shake a little bit there now just before we walked into the car, but oh, he's running fine, absolutely fine. Look, let me show you this, how the car is running. It's running absolutely perfect. To me, it's running fine. But nevertheless, let's gonna plug the max ECs and see what we have in there. Okay, and just before we scan the car, let's gonna give it a little bit of throttle input, see how it behaves. Nice, no miss for sure. It looks really good actually. Let's gonna scan, see what we have. Coolant thermostat, so okay, there we go. So that phasing, whatever, that's gone. So indeed was my valve. The only thing we have now is coolant thermostat valve stuck. Right, this is something I don't know what we're gonna do with this. Okay, and clear all the codes, cycle ignition, etc, etc, and now this is my only code I have coming up, P0170. Now I can easily see these on the live data. Let me show you this. turn the engine off. Let me just reset these codes, because otherwise and now it's gonna go to live data. I think it's on 3. Let me see. Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna start the engine, and straight away I want you to look at my fuel trims in there. As soon as the loop closes, just look at those values in there. There we go, look at that. As soon as it goes to lean, and that will go up to 25, which is the maximum. Stays in there for a little bit while the car tries to adjust, and then it just gives up and goes into sort of normal maps, I guess. But the engine light is not coming on. I guess it would come on if you drive the car. There you go. And stays like this. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to tackle this problem on a different video. This video is probably long enough as it is, so I'm going to leave this video just for that sort of, because the car, otherwise the engine is running beautifully. There's no sort of that juddering, misfiring as the guy was describing it. Is okay. Have you seen this sort of revs? You probably haven't heard because I was talking, but yeah, the car kind of revs up a little bit and then comes down again, and it stops. It goes into open because it can't control the mixture, and it just stops doing it, and I guess it just runs by a default map on the ECU, no lights, etc. But that, what he describes it as a misfiring and juddering, etc., that's all gone. The engine keeps running perfect, and it revs okay. As you can see, no misses, no nothing, is running beautifully. But we're gonna have to sort these out, so I'm gonna leave these for another video, guys. So this first video is gonna be for what we have just done. So what we did discover, we discovered a faulty camshaft solenoid or valve, exhaust camshaft valve, timing valve. We found a broken spark plug, new spark plugs, and we found a damaged coil pack. So yeah, stay tuned, guys, for the next video on this, where we're going to tackle this P0170, I think it was. But will be that it for this video for now, guys. So I don't know why I put some fuel on it and it still showed me to refuel. Not really sure. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's some information here you're gonna find it useful, etc. Stay tuned for the following up of this, and like always, thank you for watching.